Righto, I think we're back once again. G'day, guys and girls. Welcome back to the Race Spec Esports YouTube channel. It is Tuesday night, as always, which means Regional Leagues night, as always. And we're back once again for the Pacific side of things. We already did Tier 3, a little bit earlier. And we're back once again with Tier 4. Apologise for the little bit of a late start. I was having a look at another stream, actually. And if you want to go see Spec, unfortunately, forgetting how to press spectator, forgetting to press spectator, spectate in the lobby, then you'll probably understand what I mean. But anyway, we're back once again for Tier 4, and the penultimate round takes us to the streets of Monte Carlo. 3.337 kilometres, 2.074 miles, just the one DRS zone on the front straight as the usual. 19 corners make up this track, 7 to the left and 12 to the right, clockwise in direction as always. Let's not muck around here. The championship's already been decided in this tier. Minor placings are still up for grabs as always. But anyway, we get it going once again. So we've got 15 drivers, 15 or 16 drivers, one of the two anyway. So I think one driver might be joining late actually to the live stream. To the lobby, I should say, but a good turnout in the end, considering obviously we know the championship is already done and dusted. I think the only thing that's left to decide is probably Constructors' Championship. This race could be decided this race. We don't know that for a fact, but just going obviously by the math, it probably will be decided this one. So obviously I missed last week's Japanese Grand Prix for Tier 4 because obviously I was filling in for Smeg in Tier 1. Obviously when we decided the champion in Tier 1. I think we've decided potentially another champion already in Tier 3. Go check it out at that live stream if you haven't already. I'm not sure where Tier 2 is at the moment with their standings anyway, but I haven't been keeping up to date with them lately anyway. So you missed earlier on that I've already seen Dan the Racer crash out. I don't know why. I think he made an error at Anthony Nose and then he just crashed out at turn 1. I don't think it was anything silly, to say the least, but just probably just a bit of fun. Albino Josh and Trent Sandals, or Trent as he's better known as, obviously they'll be starting from the back of the grid. Obviously Trent, of course, has already wrapped up the championship. I've mentioned that already. He did that way back a long time ago, but I'll quickly go through the race results from last week if I can find them. Give me one moment. I won't bring them up on screen because I haven't had that time to do that. Somebody else is leaving the session or joining. I can't actually remember. But last week, Trent actually won yet another race, actually from 16th on the grid. I know. I couldn't believe it when I saw the race results either from that race. But he won the Grand Prix ahead of Semi-Pro in second, and Dan the Racer, who did a bit of a weird strategy. I think it was might have been up the front for a little bit, then had to go back, and then or something or other, had to come through the field again, and in the end ended up with a podium, as I think Garlas has just left. Let me see if I can quickly re-invite him back. Where's G Garlas? Hopefully we haven't lost anybody else. We already did have an issue with the lobby, obviously, with a few guys. Oh, so it just reset for me at the start. I'll have to go through this screenshots again. But anyway, we don't lose Garlas before this race. Hopefully there's not been any issues. I'll have to check the chat very shortly. But there's under 10 minutes to go in this quali session. Semi-Pro, you can see on screen, leading the way. I actually say that. That's been outdone by Black Moon at 11.630. Well, I was saying Trent won the Japanese Grand Prix from Semi-Pro in second, and Dan the Racer in third. So hold up, man. Dan's 2-race winning streak came to an end. He was on fire the last 2 races. I was live streaming Tier 4. So he was on fire, but his winning streak come to an end. Supercharge in position 5, F1 Boy in 6th, Garlas 7th, James Cruz in 8th, El Tonki in 9th, and Black Moon ran out Il-10. Then it was D Late in 11th, Prost Professor in 12th, Reedy 13th, CN Goat 14th, and if I could just flick the page, there's actually 18 runners last week. Albino Josh in 15th, he was a lap down, and Josh Sambin, Drow 175, and Anthro DNF from that race. So we've got a good turnout this race, actually. There's actually, I think Josh has joined once again. Let me just double check the Tier 4 chat very quickly. No, that's for somebody else, actually. Hold up, man. Dan goes up to the top with 11.440. So, nice lap from him in the Alfa Romeo. I'll just quickly double check if Garlows has come back. He says he's online on my screen, so... Send him another invite just in case. His gamer tag name might disappear a little bit. That probably might tell us whether he comes back or not. But obviously we did have Prost Professor. He had a bit of an issue. I think he got kicked out of the lobby earlier on, but then he rejoined again. So his gamer tag won't be showing for me, unfortunately. So a bit under 7.5 minutes to go in the session. Hold up, man. Dan is your leading on provisional pole at 11.440. Ahead of Black Moon in second there, as did Late. Nice jump jumps to the top, 11.340 as he absolutely cuts turn 1 there. Fair margin. He's in on his second lap as well. So it's Late in first. Hopefully no one else improves. Hold up, man. Dan in second. Black Moon in third. F1 Boy in fourth. Anthro in 5th, James Cruz in 6th, Semi-Pro in 7th, he's on his outlap at the moment, Garlows in 8th, Drow 9th, and Old Tonki rounds out your 10 at the moment with Prost Professor in 11th, Dan the Racer, who's obviously out of qualifying already, and Reedy in position 13. Josh Sandman has yet to set a lap time at the moment. We know Trent and Ted Sandals and Albino Josh won't set lap times. Like I mentioned in Tier 3, I was having a few issues with frames dropping and whatnot. Might be a bit of buffering as well, so I apologise, but my internet I thought might have been a little bit better, but the upload speed seems to be a little bit down for some unknown reasons, so my internet must be maybe fixing up. There might have been some issue, maybe, I'm not entirely sure, but you might have to bear with it. Well, we've got it anyway, so you can find somebody who can take it on a lap here, although saying that somebody might have been on it flying. Oh, Semi-Pro. Just put it in the wall there at Casino Square. Just turned in way too early into Nico Rosberg corner, as I'm now dubbing it. I know it's got a proper name, but I'm calling it Nico Rosberg corner like I did in Tier 3 earlier on today. Let us know in the live chat as well. Always love to hear your thoughts. Who do you got your eye on for this race? Obviously, these guys can have a little bit of fun for this one, as he absolutely cuts the chicane, Nobel chicane there. As that was the other Ferrari, just came out of nowhere. That was Drow in the other Ferrari, I think. Must have had an error. As I think someone's just letting someone go through there. It was Reedy. Look at this weird camera shot. I had this weird camera shot earlier, although it looked like the right-hand side this time compared to the left earlier on in Tier 3. But anyway, that was Reedy's on board. See who's on a lap. Oh, Garlows must have rejoined because he's back with us. Actually, his gamer tag name did not drop out. I thought it would, but anyway. Obviously, he's invalidated currently at the moment. Let's see if we can go for a lap around the streets of Monte Carlo. About under 5 minutes to go in this session. So here we go. Open DRS onto the front straight here. Into turn 1, Sandavot. Nice run through there. Now up we go through Beau Rivage. Flight up the hill we go. Up to Massenet, turn 3. Take a nice tight white line entry. And then flow it through here into Casino Square. The bump over into turn 5 and then Nico Rosberg corner. Now turn 6 of the Lowe's hairpin. Take a nice wide line. Probably don't ride the curb too much. Well, don't hit the wall on the outside. Now through Mirabeau. At turn 7, now Portier. There's a car in the foreground there. It's one of the Mercs on an outlap. I think it's El Tonki actually. As he just pulls out of the way. Through the tunnel section we go. Now into the Novel chicane. We saw people in Tier 3 earlier hit that inside wall earlier on. Not that one, but the one coming into the corner. Now through Tabac. Just fly the car through here. He goes purple again in the middle sector. Into the swimming pool chicane. Now you're signing up Larascas here. Another tight, tricky corner here. So he gets the car nice and slowed down. Now through turn 18 and Anthony Nodes. And there you go. There's a lap of Monte Carlo. And where does he go? He goes to the provisional pole at 11.146. A very nice lap time from Galaz there. Seems to be whenever I pick a driver, he always goes the fastest. So we'll have to wait and see if anybody else improves the lap time here. Let's maybe jump aboard again with El Tonki here. See what his lap time's like around Monaco in the turn 1. As he's just invalidated, so never mind about that. Sorry, El Tonki, I might have just put the commentator's curse on you. You're probably going to hate me after this one, but it's all right. Might be fuming yourself that you did that on the live stream anyway. So 3 minutes to go here. Not much time left up his sleeve here. So wait to see what happens here. Looks like a Red Bull just going through there. No, sorry, it was a Ferrari, I think. It looked like a Red Bull on my screen from the pit lane. So let's see a racing point. There we go. I think that's Professor just going by. Someone's already got a gearbox glitch. Lovely. Hold up man Dan, I think, in third at the moment. 11.440 as Drow retires in the pit lane. So his qualifying's done and dusted. Still an interesting fight going on here between both the Alpha boys for second in the championship. It is a little bit tight, so this may not be decided this weekend at Monaco. Obviously still one race to go after this one, which will be Brazil next week. Yellows in sector 2 and 3. Don't know why that is the case. That's for delayed ladies just coming through. Might be just going a bit slowly there. That might be the reason. See on hold up man Dan. Hopefully he doesn't get held up too much. I think he's on a fly as he just cuts the first part of the Novel chicane there and invalidates. We're not going to be on board with that camera, unfortunately. So he might have to go another flying lap here on his soft competitor tyres, which probably won't be too bad. James Cruz is out as he's crashed in a very weird spot. Okay, interesting. Whether there was a bit of contact with him, Black Moon, or whether he's just done that himself, I don't know. Trying to take avoiding action, but ended up in the wall. But anyway, might have to watch his live stream back to see what happened there. Galaz is just leaving the lane now. He's got some time up his sleeve. Literally just. He'll have to go nuts in his last few laps anyway to see whether he can go any quicker than his 11.146. Saw 9s earlier on in Tier 3, as there's a yellow in Sector 3. That's Anthro. That's a very awkward spot there, as he may have just been disqualified, actually. There's Anthro. I think F1, I'm not sure whether F1 boy was caught up in that. Just trying to see whether there's any wing plate. Yes, there is on the right-hand side, so he must have got caught up with him somewhere. Well, Anthro must have got away with it there without being disqualified, so it's very lucky. F1 boy will have to do a lap with a damaged front wing. That's not really ideal. As still 8 lane goes back to the top with a 10.625. Very nice lap from him. What about Black Moon? Can he go any quicker? Goes to third only. So splits the 2 Alfa Romeos, but can they split him? Hold up man Dan doesn't improve, only off by 10th. He'll probably have to go again, although he's running out of fuel, I reckon. Galaz will get to the checkered flag with just 10 seconds on the clock. Who else we got on a fly here? Josh Sambin in the McLaren. He's currently 14th at the moment. Can he get inside the top 10? He just does in 10th. Where's our Tonki at the moment? He's going purple in the middle sector. Whether that's a real thing or not, I don't know, as he flows it through the swimming pool chicane. He's going 9/10 quicker than what his current lap time at the moment is, so we have to be somewhere in the 11s. As he say that, he just puts it, gets a little bit sideways, come out of Anthony Nose, and will cross the line. Goes 5th fastest though, not too bad. Still 1.1 seconds quicker than his previous lap time, so not too bad there. There's a hold up man Dan, I think he's out of fuel, so his lap time's done. Delayed lays back into the pit lane. So we just wait, I think, on a couple of other cars. Black Moon is pretty much done and dusted, I think, so then hold up man Dan, I think, is as well. I think Galaz might have just, he hasn't invalidated, but must have made an error, maybe? I don't think he will improve either, so that's his qualifying done. So he'll start on the front row of the grid. Probably want to hope to get a good start if he wants to get in the race lead, because it's very tricky to get around here in Monaco. So I think that's qualifying done and dusted. We're just waiting on a few guys to retire from the session, obviously. That both being Black Moon and Hold Up Man Dan. Otherwise, we'll be waiting another minute and a half to get this done. But also, if you want to keep an eye on Tier 2 and Tier 1 are also happening at the moment. I think Tier 1's a little bit behind, obviously, because of what happened with Smeg. But there you go. Delate gets pole position here for the Monaco Grand Prix by over half a second there over Garlas, who starts on the front row of the grid. Black Moon, very nice job from him. Only just narrowly missing out on the starting on the front row. He'll start from third. Hold Up Man Dan is in position 4. So Garlas has got the advantage of the two Alpha boys at the moment. For Romeo boys, especially for the championship. El Tonki in 5th, F1 boy in 6th, Anthro 7th, James Cruz in 8th, Semi-Pro in 9th, and Drow rounds out your top 10 for the Ferrari boys. Josh Salmon in 11th, then it's Prost Professor 12th, Reedy 13th, Dan the Racer 14th, and the two guys at the back, 10 Sandals, Trent and Albino Josh, who haven't set lap times, and they'll be starting from the rear of the grid. So I'll take a quick drink. These guys work out strategy, see what the weather is doing, and we'll be back shortly. All right, we are back on the formation lap. We'll have a look at the drivers' standings. Obviously, we know championship has already been wrapped up. That was wrapped up many weeks ago, I think, from memory. Mexico, I think it was, when it was wrapped up. So Trent's obviously got a 112-point lead over Hold Up Man Dan, who currently is second in the championship. Only 13 points over his teammate Garlas, but like I said, Garlas has got the advantage at the moment, starting on the front row of the grid. Might be a few still minor placings to work out later on, but Dan the Race is in 4th, James Cruz is in 5th, El Tonki in 6th, Black Moon in 7th, Prost Professor 8th, CN Goat in 9th, who's not racing with us tonight, I do believe, and Semi-Pro hands out your top 10. You can see where your favourite drivers are up and down the grid. If you want to go and pause it and see where they are, then you may do so. Here's the constructor standings. That could be potentially decided, I think, this race, because Alfa Romeo still lead on 319 ahead of Williams on 282. So what's that? I've got to work my maths out. 37 points? Is it 37 points? Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Over Williams there in position 2. Racing Point are third on 232, so I think they look pretty safe, unless Merck make a push in the late stages in 4th. Red Bull in 5th. Ahead of McLaren in 6th, AlphaTauri in 7th, Haas in 8th, Renault in 9th, and Ferrari will pretty much finish last in the constructors by the looks of things in 10th position. Now let's have a look at what tyres, let's get the telemetry on, and what everyone's going to start on. So top 10 obviously was starting on the compounded tyres that they qualified on. Outside the 10, well, pretty much everyone's gone to mediums. It's basically easy said and done. No one is going for the hard compounded tyres around here, and probably why would you? Because it's probably not one of your favourite tyres. Although saying that, we saw a few guys try it in Tier 3 earlier on. So, I mean, don't be surprised if someone maybe tries to go for an early undercut earlier on, unless they get wing damage early on in this race. We should get the red lights on here. We do. It's the 5 red lights. And away we go for the Monaco Grand Prix. Good start there for the pole sitter, I think. Delayed Lane gets a nice jump and he'll lead to turn 1. Hopefully we can get through turn 1 pretty cleanly. Oh, there's one of the Ferraris being spun in the background. As always, I think the spectator glitch is happening already. Somehow it's put El Tonki in the race lead, which is not the case. It's Delayed Lane. He's under pressure from Garlaz there in the Alfa Romeo. Hold up, man. Dan's got ahead, I think, of Black Moon into 3rd. Officially is what's the graphic will fix itself. Into the Lowe's hairpin we go. Hopefully everybody keeps it nice and clean. Nice and cautiously, I think. Let's have a look through here. I think relatively, you can see obviously yellow's in sector 2 because everybody will be so slow going into there. Basically like a bus stop around there. But I think everybody, let's have a look which of the Ferraris it was. Oh, there was an end plate that just gone there. I think, was it off Josh Sambin's car? Hard to tell. Yes, it was. Oh, that's a late dive bomb there up the inside for Drow. Josh Sambin will take a 3-second time penalty for that one. But the obvious corner cutting there, I think. And I think Drow tried it, but in the end it didn't work. I think Semi-Pro's the other one's got damage. But potentially we'll have to wait and see. But Delayed Lane, good start from him. 1:19.989 in the quick lap at the current moment. Over Garlaz in 2nd. It was a bit wide for him at turn 1. Hold up man down in 3rd. Let's have a look at the pit stops. So Josh Sambin in for a front wing change. You get off the mediums and onto the softs, I think. Who else? Reedy's in for a set of softs. I dare say another front wing. And Semi-Pro's going to the hards and another front wing. So I did say keep an eye out for that. Champion-elect, obviously, Trent has Ted Sandals, or Trent, as he's been known as, is 13th currently. Just playing it nice and patiently here. Don't be surprised if he makes up another few positions. And I don't know if he'll win the race, but don't rule that out anyway. But anyway, up to the front we go. Nice margin for Delayed Lane over Garlaz. Hold up man down. El Tonki has got past got back past F1 boy for 5th place. I think he dropped the spot there to 6th, but he's back to 5th. As well, there goes a bit of a wing plate there from I think one of the cars from the previous lap. And now he's got a bit of fresh air up his sleeve. Hopefully that didn't get him a puncture. I've seen it in this game, I think on online, but probably with a bit more heavy damage that you get that sort of thing happening. Oh, what's happening here? F1's boys in the pit lane, that'll be why. DRS gets enabled. Delayed Lane, I think, set the fast lap of the race. And the race are putting pressure on James for position 6. There's a great camera shot as always. Hard cop out of tyres, and how slow the stop is, I dare say to be another front wing change. So that's the... I did say earlier on in Tier 3 that there probably won't be any front wings left after what happened in Tier 3 with that many front wing changes. And, well, going by that, the Euro guys and the Americas guys won't probably have much front wings left. So they've got to be nice and cautious through there. In these last few races, obviously, there's only the one race still to go after this one. There's Garlaz and Black Moon. Nice and close. Oh, he goes for a late move. That's... thoughtful, but not from that far back, I don't think, for Black Moon. Just got to play nice and cautiously. Has he got front wing damage as Garlaz? He does. Actually, he's missing both end plates, so he might have to make a pit stop here. Let's see whether he does. So that might be explained why Black Moon and those guys and El Tonki are catching up very quickly. And he's going to push on 14.745, another fastest up the race by Delayed Lane. As well, there goes Black Moon up the inside, so Garlaz doesn't really fight it too much there. And now El Tonki will probably be catching up very, very, very shortly. He'll be struggling through his slow corners. You can just see the difference here. Jump aboard here with El Tonki in the Mercedes. Good position at the moment in position 5. Though probably want to get past Garlaz as quickly as he possibly can. Just up to a quick check of the results standings table once again. Because obviously I've only done these Tier 4 for only a few races this season, so I'll be very cautiously to keep it out of the wall there. Nobel chicane. Double checking through here. And El Tonki still putting a bit of pressure here. James Cruz is actually catching up as well. Delayed late 13.967. So still setting quick laps on really old tyres. Ball with El Tonki. Goes around the left and the right, I think he was, but now he gets the move done at turn 1. Oh, he gets a little bit sideways there coming out of the corner, but does get the move done in the end for 4th. Now he can try and chase after. Now he's got a bit of fresh air up his sleeve. He can now try and chase after Black Moon, our F1 boy, 3-second time penalty. I think Drow must have joined that party as well. I missed that. Yes, he's got 3 seconds as well. Semi-pro currently 16th. He's fair way off. He's not quite off being lapped yet, but he's getting close. Up the front, 3.4 seconds. We're not going to go on board there because the gearbox glitch is happening on my screen. Lovely stuff. .8 seconds, nearly the margin now as we start to begin lap 6 here. Black Moon still holding on 3rd. El Tonki in 4th, who's pulling away from Garlaz, who'll be holding up a train behind him. There's James Cruz starting to catch up here. Dan the Racer, who's elite medium tyre runner, as Garlaz now finally pits. So he must have been trying to get to that window for maybe the mediums or the hard competitor tyres. We'll see what tyres he puts on. It's going to be the mediums, so it must be trying to get to that window. So get that front wing change. Be glad to have a better front wing than what the front wing he had earlier. He should maintain coming out ahead of Reedy, who's actually got front wing damage and will pit as well for another front wing change there. So there'll be front wings aplenty being changed at this place, let me tell you. Semi-pro gets a 3-second time penalty. He's down at 16th at the moment. He's only at back at the moment. He's just trying to push on just to make sure he doesn't go down a lap. Don't want to get damage around here again, otherwise he will be definitely going down a lap. That margin's really blown out at the moment, 4.7 seconds, and it's still going up between those guys. Oh, that's right, because Garlos has pitted. So James Cruz up to 5th now. Dan the Racer, who's the leading medium compound tyre runner, in 6th. Starting to chase after James once again. And it's Anthro in 7th. Drow in 8th. He's being chased after by Prost Professor in 9th. And Albino Josh is not too far behind as well. And Trent Sandals as well. As Trent, as Drow pits in. I would think that's to be a front wing change. Ferrari boys were very quick to get out there. So hard compounded tyres and a new front wing. I've already lost count of how many front wing changes we've had already, and it's only lap 7 of this race. There's not too many more here. We haven't had a safety car as of yet so far. I don't want to jinx it. It's all a virtual safety car. I would have thought maybe a virtual safety car in Tier 3, but wasn't the case. We kept going green flag running all the way through. This is probably one of the closest battles we've got here. So Trent is already up inside the top 10, so starting 15th. Of course, he can go a little bit longer. Problem is losing a bit of time. Well, he's a fair way behind margin-wise. Compared to the race leader. F1 boys at the fast lap of the race is delayed late. I think nearly throws it all away in the wall. I said nearly throws it all away. He was very, very lucky that didn't happen. But he just is out there and he still holds the gap. 5 seconds. Pretty much bang on 5 seconds ahead of hold-up man Dan. And at the moment, so it looks like he's got good race speed in that Red Bull. Black Moon's still holding on 3rd. El Tonki hasn't really made much ground here. If anything, James Cruz is catching up in position 5. And the race has just dropped away a little bit, but he'll come back into fruition a little bit later on with those mediums. Probably take the race lead once the guys up in front of him stop for the soft, get off the soft compounded tyre runners. Just flow through into Lowe's hairpin. Anthro's not too far behind here, actually, with Dan the Racer. He's also another guy on soft compounded tyres. I think he's pretty much the only one left who's those top 5 and 7th are currently the ones they started on the soft compounded tyres. As Josh Sandford, I think, pits again for another wing and a set of mediums. be lucky to just maintain staying on the lead lap here, though he might get the blue flags. Let's see what happens as he comes out of the pit lane. And he does go down a lap, so there's the first car that's gone a lap down in this race. There he is out of the pit lane. They're still getting bigger at the front. 5 seconds. Nearly 6 seconds now between hold-up man, delayed late and hold-up man Dan. Drow, 3-second time penalty. Well, I got the opportunity. If you are enjoying the live stream, smash the like button and subscribe to the Race Spec Esports YouTube channel. And if you want to go follow those social media channels, they're down in the description. They're Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you want to come, including, there's also mine, BSR Roscoe Arms, my social media channels and YouTube channel. If you want to come join me as Pros Professor in our 3-second time penalty. Got all the links down in the description, as well as a link to the Discord. If you want to come join the league, get yourself prepared for F1 2021, which will be out July 16. Although the league racing side of it, I don't know when the heck that'll be starting. Depends how good online is, but I'm not holding my breath like I mentioned in previous times anyway. With James Cruz here. I suppose a lot of people are using a lot of ERS around here. I would have thought you would have shaded up a bit as he gets very close to the back of El Tonki. Or as he just tags the wall coming out of Larascas. Dan the race also picked up a 3-second time penalty as James just throws it all away into the wall. And a safety car gets called. Okay. So there we go. There's the first safety car. Would not be surprised if people take advantage of this one. Well, probably the soft compounded tyre runners will have to take advantage of this. I think he just ran a little bit too wide coming into turn 18, and Anthony knows as he just, oh, okay, well, he's just crashed out into the safety car. So I don't know whether that's out of pure frustration or what, but yep, he's out of the Grand Prix. So, and our first retirement of the race. I think I caught the back end of that one as well. So, let's see who pits. Obviously, F1 boy has to pit. I don't think anybody in the Haas team, is only just him, I think, in the Haas team. So no one else, especially the lead group, will get affected. Semi-pro's back in again. Probably his third stop. He's got a fair margin with his teammate. So let's see what happens here. Yep, race leader is in. And I think Josh Sandberg's back in again. So this might not help his teammate, actually, because he might have to pit. Hold up, man, Dan's in. Yeah, Black Moon is in. And this is not going to help our Black Moon because his teammate's in and has to get a front wing change once again. So this may help El Tonki here. That's to the mediums he goes. Away he goes. Yeah, he's lost a lot of time here. He's still being held up. Look at the cars coming down the pit lane. This is burning him. Oh, that doesn't help either because Albino Josh he had to stuck behind Anthro for the double stack. As Trent just gets ahead of Black Moon, actually. So he's dropped a bunch of spots here as Black Moon. He's back down to 9th. That has not helped him out at all. I dare say he might be fuming a little bit there, but what can he do, really? So I think he lost 3 spots. Oh, well, it might be 4 spots, actually. Let me see. So Garlas obviously hasn't, well, he's already pitted, but might have to come in again. El Tonki has jumped him. Anthro, Pros Professor, and Trent, obviously, Ted Sandals. They've all jumped him, so he's back to 9th. And obviously, well, there's 2 guys that didn't stop. Obviously, Dan the Race is still out there. So he might be trying something a little bit different here. He might be trying to go longer on the mediums. He'll have a long train right behind him. Take this opportunity to take a quick drink and just be back. All right, we are back, and Black Moon is in once again. So I'm not sure what's happened to him, whether he's got front wing damage going around the safety car or what, or whether he's going for another set of fresh mediums, but he's now buried in the pack. He's back behind Reedy in 12th place. That's a very weird one there, I've got to say, but... So we might be waiting a little bit. We might be under safety car once again until we wait for Semi-Pro to catch up. Josh Sambin's a lap down here, actually, so he's stuck in this traffic here. So this is probably not helping out in hold-up man Dan, who currently holds 3rd place at the moment. Should probably be effective 2nd once Dan the Racer does pit, which probably won't be for a little while. So whether Josh decides to maybe pull into the pits or something, or whether he stays out there, I don't really know, but I think the logical term is, unless he wants to try and get his lap back, but the logical term is we'll probably wish they'd added that like to a feature. Like, don't they do this with the lap cars? Like, if you're a lap car, you probably have to go through the pit lane unless you're in a decent position. Although it was for a couple of lap positions, I don't. If you're a couple of laps down or something, I don't know. But this is where we stand at the moment. So Delayed Late has maintained his pole position. He's still leading the way on fresh mediums. Dan the Racer is in 2nd. He did not pit. He's obviously still on his mediums, as actually he's got front wing damage there. I see him missing both wing end plates there. As okay, Trent has collided with himself, apparently. Did I see that right? I'll double check it out in a second. Hold Up Man Dan is 3rd. He's pitted. Garlaz is 4th. He's already pitted, obviously, for front wing damage. El Tonki in 5th on fresh mediums. Anthrode 6th. Prost Professor 7th. Then Trent in 10 sandals in 8th. I don't believe he's got any wing damage. Can't see any. Drowl in 9th. And Albino Josh rounds out your 10, with Reedy in 11th. Black Moon, who's coming again in 12th, F1 Boy 13th, Semi-Pro 14th, Josh Sambin in 15th. Obviously, he's a lap down, and James Cruz, our only DNFer. I'll just quickly have a look. He might be going back green flag running in a second. Oh, okay, so that was... Well, why did I see 10 sandals collision, severe collision with 10 sandals? That's weird, but it was actually with Prost Professor, so they've both got 5-second penalties along with Black Moon and Reedy, so they've come into collision there as well. It looks like the safety car is in, and we are going back green flag racing. So, the first restart. Delayed Late has a good margin over Dan the Racer. Everyone's pretty much gone to sleep. What's going on? There's yellows in Sector 3. That might be just for Josh Sambin. I think he's just pulled out of the road there, so very good job from him. Obviously, it probably didn't matter too much because his car was ghosted anyway, but yeah, it usually is ghosted anyway, so I wouldn't have thought that would matter anyway, but he did the right thing and just pulled out everybody's road, which is a good job from him. So now Dan the Race is under attack, obviously, from fresher compounded tyre of Hold Up Man Dan. Anthro gets a 3-second time penalty. Seems like everybody's gone to sleep for some odd reason on a safety car restart. I don't know why, but again, that might have been something to do with the lap car, but good margin anyway for Delayed Late. He'll be glad this is happening. They're both Alpha Romeo boys are actually stuck behind Dan the Racer, who of course has front wing damage. So obviously he'll be trying to manage as best he can to probably the pit stop, unless something drastic happens. This is not going to help Dan the Racer out one little bit, as yellow's in Sector 2. There's a Ferrari around. I think that's Drow, as he's facing the wrong way coming through 13 and 14 in the pool section. Gets away with it, as there goes Josh Sambin, obviously, but he's a lap down. Delayed Late now, 3-second time penalty up the front, so there's only 2 guys left that haven't got a penalty as such. Hold Up Man Dan, and as he goes side by side through Casino and gets the move done around the outside of Dan the Racer, so he's now cleared him, and now he needs to try and make up that margin to try and catch up to Delayed Late. We'll get it under 3 seconds at least. It looked like Dan the Racer was ghosted for a second there. Oh, as he runs very wide there. Now he's holding up another train here with Garlaz right behind him. El Tonki in here as well. He's still trying to fight him. It was contact up the inside at the Novell chicane. That's not easy. Doable. Probably don't need to have your ERS on there coming out of the corner. But look at the... You just see suffering as Dan the Racer. Look at this train. It's now starting to appear. He's just trying. Garlaz gets a good run out of here. Might try for a move at the Raskas. Is he going to think about it? He does, but doesn't get away with it. But I think Dan the Racer is going to pull in. So as Drow's retired, safety car's been deployed again. So Drow's out of the Grand Prix. He's done that. Where's that? At turns between Mirabeau and Portier, by the look of it. Semi-Pro's got a 5-second penalty with F1 boy. There's pit stops happening, so this has actually helped Dan the Racer. Instead of hard compounded tyres for him, F1 boy's in the lane now. I don't think that 5-second penalty will be taken off here with the pit stop, but he was getting another front wing, but it looks like another set of mediums. And Albino Josh is in for a set of softs, although that's probably a long stretch, if I'm honest. Needed to have a look on there, but yeah, the car's disappeared by that time. Semi-Pro now gets a 5-second penalty for crossing the pit lane exit. Want to be careful that they don't slam into the safety car. That might have been why James crashed into it as well. I don't know, but maybe just inside it. It can happen around Monaco, especially at night time. You literally come up blind to it. You catch the safety car. Let me just double check here again to see who was was there anybody else that got 5-second penalties? This is probably a few. Oh no, okay, so it was just semi-pro with that one. So and another 5 seconds for crossing the pit lane exit. So Drow's out of the Grand Prix, second DNF'er. So does anybody else take advantage? No, I thought Garlaz may have taken advantage, maybe going for another set of softs. No, not a set of softs, mediums I should say. But that now allows El Tonki, who I think is missing an end plate. No, my bad. There, I thought for a second he was missing an end plate, but that was just my eyes. Apologies. Don't get your heart, I'm not giving you a heart attack moment here, El Tonki, if you're watching this one back. But he's still in a good position in fourth, but he needs to obviously catch up to the next group up here. Now he's got a bit of clean air as well. But this has helped hold up Mandan to catch back up to delayed late. To maybe have another crack. Still needs to obviously maintain a 3-second margin if he wants to win it. There we go, the penalty situation. There's quite a few actually. That may get removed afterwards, actually. So, delayed late. So, the two haven't got penalties so far. Hold Up Mandan and El Tonki. As Josh Sandman's car just slows down. Or just slows down, my apologies. So, Hold Up Mandan and El Tonki, and only two cars that have got no penalties. Delayed late, Garlaz, Anthro, Dan the Racer, Albino Josh, and Josh Sandman have got 3 seconds. F1 Boy has got 6 seconds. There's a few guys who got 5 seconds, that being Tent Sandals, Reedy, and Black Moon. 11 seconds for Prost Professor and 13 seconds for Semi-Pro. I must apologise, obviously. I've been up very early this morning, so I've had a very long day. So I might be a bit all over the shop here. Once this live stream is finished, I'm going to pretty much have dinner and whatnot and get myself to bed, I think, because I've got another early start tomorrow. So that's where we stand. Let's see the moves and show. Well, I had to have a look at the pit stops, actually, very quickly. So you see there's a majority of these guys will probably do another lap on the safety car. And then we'll go racing again. As Dan the Racer's back in again. For another front wing change. They must have done it under the safety car. So another front wing gets put on the racing point and gets put on the mediums, which probably isn't too bad a thing. Although saying that, it's the same set by the look of it. So he's going to have very worn tyres later on. So that he's probably hoping for a fresh set of mediums there, but it hasn't worked out, unfortunately. It'll easily catch back up to these guys. He's 13th. Obviously, Josh Sandman is still 14th, but he's a lap down. Currently mixed up in his traffic just behind his team. Excuse me, behind his teammate, actually. Excuse me. So movers and shakers, obviously, Trent Sandals. Trent has moved up 8 spots in this race. The most so far in this race. 6 apiece for Prost Professor and Albino Josh. 5 for Reedy. 2 each for Anthro, Hold Up Man Dan, and 1 apiece for El Tonki and Dan the Racer. Biggest losers obviously has been James Cruz down 8. 6 apiece for Black Moon and F1 Boy. 5 for Drow, obviously he's out of this race along with James Cruz. 3 for Josh Sambin, 2 for Semi-Pro and 1 for Gala, as we can all see that on your screens there anyway. So I think we're going to go green flag running once again. Get this back over to this one. No, we're not going green flag racing. I thought for a second we were, but I didn't know what the hell was going on for a second there, but no, we're still under the safety car, so my apologies. I thought we were going. But everybody, Tolkien needs to catch up a little bit here because we're falling behind the, the 10 car lengths or something? We probably get told anyway, you're falling too far behind, but you'll easily catch up. Dan the race is back in again to chuck on the hards once again, so that probably was the reason why we didn't go back to green flag running, although I would have thought this car called back up we might have gone green flag racing, but no. Hopefully we don't get another safety car glitch where we used to get constant safety cars for no apparent reason. So I'll take another quick drink while we've got the opportunity. Top up, so we are going to go back green flag racing. I got a lap ahead of myself, unfortunately, so a bit of tactics going on here by the looks of it. Just trying to build gaps here, but we're underway. The second safety car restart. So we finally go green, so Delayed Late still leads the way. There's Hold Up Man Dan now gets a 3-second time penalty, so the only one left is El Tonki. How much longer, who knows? As Josh Sambin does a nice job there again, just gets out of everybody's road there. Very nice job from him, but it's a very good restart actually for Hold Up Man Dan. He was a lot further back than what he is now. I think the timing graphics glitched up for me some unknown reason. I don't know why. He's a little bit of a nudge going through the Lowe's hairpin. Might have to wait a little while, maybe another lap to maybe rectify that itself there, but that's not 0.7 of a second. Oh, is he nearly... Binzer coming out of Portier there has Hold Up Man Dan. And he gets away with it. Oh, that's awkward going through the Schneivel chicane. Actually, he's going to let his teammate go back through here. Okay. Interesting call there. He hasn't got any front wing damage that I can see, so it might be just something big tactical as Josh Sambin, 3-second time penalty. I think it's rectified itself right now. So it's 1.3 seconds now between Delayed Late and Garlaz, although these guys, Delayed Late has got a 5-lap advantage of the medium compounded tyres compared to Garlaz, who had to come in early for that pit stop. Now Hold Up Man Dan probably just trying to get back into a rhythm once again. Little Tonki there in position 4. Still doing a good job at the moment. Anthro still holding P5. Then it's Prost Professor there, you can see. Then Trent, 10 Sandals there in 7th. A bit of pressure on that racing point. Reedy in 8th, who's under attack from, who was that? Black Moon there, I think it was, at the hairpin. It's very tricky to get a move done at the hairpin. I don't think it's worked out for Black Moon. He's lost a spot back to Albino Josh. Reedy's battling around with some wing damage, I believe. That's not the camera shot I wanted. Oh, there's contact in the background between Black Moon Semi-pro, what was it? F1 boy, Black Moon, and semi-pro, I think, was maybe trying to take avoiding action there. I just caught the back end of that one. I don't know who did what to whom there. I might have to look at the replay of that one, but DRS gets enabled, obviously. Reedy comes into the pit lane, so I would think there'll have to be a front wing change. He'll get his 5-second penalty removed, which probably he won't be too thrilled about, but he'll have to do it now. This F1 boy also comes into the pit lane. I think he'll get his 5-second removed as well. Does he get his... Oh, was he one of the ones? No, probably he wasn't one of the ones. It's a great shot, I've got to say. What much can he see there? Not very much, I think. Doing good, Supercharge. How about yourself? Sorry to hear that you couldn't make this race. I believe you had some wheel dramas, so it affected you there. So it's a real shame, considering there's only this one in Brazil left to go. So is that pretty much your season done and dusted, could we say, or are you hoping to get back for next week at Brazil? Well, I'll wait anyway, your comment. But 1.5 seconds, that margin. Into late and Garlas. Just trying to have a look through here. Where is he? No, it's... Just having a look through the standings at the moment. Obviously, Garlas has had 1 race win. Hold Up Man Dan's had 2. El Tonki's yet to have a race win this year. His best result was 2nd back in Australia. Delayed Late has not won a race either. His best result so far has been a couple of 4ths actually at United States and Canada. So get his first race win on the streets of Monaco. That's a tough way to go out, isn't it? Supercharged, but it was great to see you. Anyway, you're racing. You look like you had some pretty decent race pace, but no doubt you'll be back again with hopefully a newer wheel on F1 2021 once again, which is not too far away. And a bit under 2 months to go actually. So before the new game comes out, but it'll probably be a little bit of time before we get league racing underway for season 5. I probably forgot to mention as well. Big thank you as always to Go Workplace Training as well, who sponsor the Pacific Series. Of course, they came aboard back at Bahrain. They'll be obviously continuing on, obviously, like we said earlier, for the rest of season 4 and continuing on to season 5. So great to have them, their sponsorship on board for the Pacific Series. Tier 3 with a CSL Elite starter kit. Not too bad, I've got to say. I got the CSL Elite myself. So, but obviously, season 3 last season was the first time I used the load cell brake pedal. It does take a little bit of time, I think, to get used to. I'm probably still not used to it. Probably hence my luck in league racing's not been the best, although saying that, this game has not been the best overall. So I'll hold my thoughts to see whether F1 2021 is going to be a lot better. As F1 boys hit the fast lap of the race now. Reedy gets a 3-second time penalty. What was that lap time there? There we go. 13.275 there on the soft competitor tyres. 1.6 seconds behind Reedy there for 12th. Still a good margin now. He's actually starting to pull away. Trent Sandals gets a 3-second time penalty and somehow gets the move done on Prost Professor. I don't know how that's happened, but must have made an error somewhere along the line, unless they were going side by side. But he's got front wing damage by the look of it on that racing point. Is he going to let Albino Josh go through here, or is he just pulled to the side here? Ah, yes, he has, so he's let him go. So, yeah, fair enough. Yellow's in sector 2. It looks like Reedy, who's around at the Novell chicane. I dare say he's probably touched that inside wall coming into the Novell chicane, so... good for Reedy. Oh, don't hit that wall there, Reedy, please. Just get to the end of the race, score some good points for Mercedes. Margin is just toing and froing a little bit, but it's still a good margin for Delayed Late over Garlas. Hold Up Man Dan just starting to come back into the fray a little bit in 3rd, 1.3 seconds away, so he's probably got a little bit all over the shop. the tyres, but now it's just starting to get back into rhythm. El Tonki's still holding on to 4th. Let's just a reminder of the penalty situation. So let's hold up Mandan gets another time penalty. 4th maybe his finishing position, or if he gets the margin under 3 seconds. Because everybody else behind has still got time penalties. Like I said, it could be removed. Oh, there's a battle. I think Prost and maybe Semi-Pro have come together. Because Prost is now into the pit lane. I'm missing a few moments here. This is not unlike me, but in he comes again for another set. He'll get rid of that 5-second penalty, obviously, so that'll be one less thing to worry about. So he will drop back to 6 seconds. And a couple of others that have got 5-second penalties, that being Black Moon, Semi-Pro, I think, is another one, and Trent Sandals is the other one. So Chuck's on another set of mediums, a fresh set of mediums, actually. And he'll go nuts. Here comes Reedy. Very close there at that pit exit, isn't it? Down to turn 1. A big upgrade from the Thrustmaster T150. Although, yeah, well, saying that, I did pretty much the similar thing when I made the move across from Thrustmaster to Fanatec. Although, when did I'm trying to work out when the hell I did it. I think I did it midway through F1 2018, so it's a fair bit of time ago, obviously. Because obviously Fanatec was the big thing with the F1 Esports. I mean, they had Thrustmaster, I think, to start with. They had the first F1 Esports in 2017, but then they obviously signed a sponsorship deal with Fanatec, and, well, I think nearly everybody uses Fanatec these days, wheel-wise, although, obviously saying that, there's still some other great wheels out there, with obviously Thrustmaster being one, Logitech, they do some pretty good wheels as well. What else is there? There's probably a few others I can't think off the top of my head, but no, they do pretty good wheels and wheelbases to Fanatec. So as Dan the Race is back in again, back on the same set of mediums that he was on earlier. Probably could have gone for a set of softs if he wanted to, but now he'll just pop back ahead of his teammate by the looks of things in 12th. Not really too much going on here at the moment. F1 boy in the top 10. Oh, he's done it again. I thought nearly for a second he was going to put it in the wall, but he's pushing hard. His delayed lane. 3.1 seconds, that margin. I think he's just getting out that gap just in case there's another time penalty for him. If he gets 6 seconds, obviously that'll cover him. That 3-second margin. He's good margin there over Garlows in second. Hold up Mandan in third. I don't know my maths. What is my maths? So correct or not? Where's the constructors again? So it's 321 to 282. So constructors could still happen. Could be wrapped up this round. Albino Josh back into the pit lane, but I think he'll come back out in fresh air. It would be highly unlikely whether he could get that previous set of softs to the end, but he'll come out in fresh air in ninth. Nice, cautiously coming out of the pit lane. Still putting a bit of pressure. Yellow's in sector 2. Oh, it's Garlas! I reckon he's hit the inside wall at the Novel chicane. So that's another one. He's yielded the spot back to his teammate. And they're saying that the tyres might be starting to wear out as well. We wouldn't want to pit this late stage into the race as well, so... Still carries on, so he might have to carry on for the rest of this race. Now it'll be interesting to see whether El Tonki behind can get that margin down to under 3 seconds, because he might get a podium on the streets of Monaco, but we'll have to wait and see. He's got his own battles to worry about, I think, in the behind. In 5th, the Anthro, although El Tonki stays where he is, a good 4th placing is not too bad overall. And there's Trent Sandals. Trent's in 6th at the moment. Semi-Pro in 7th. Black Moon in 8th. Albino Josh 9th. And F1 Boy runs out in 10. Reedy gets a 3-second time penalty. He's got both the racing points not too far behind him. I was going to say pick Mercedes, but I better not. They were dubbed back the last season. Like I said probably a couple of rounds ago, there's not too much time left before this will be the last you see of these liveries and all the different name changes as well. I think that's just Josh Salmon just pulling out of the way there for the yellow flags. Won't see the difference of the Red Bull livery, but virtual safety car's been deployed. What's this for? That's a bit of a weird one. Okay, don't remember anybody having any issues. Prost Professor, another 3-second time penalty, but obviously, yeah, like I was saying, Red Bull livery is probably not going to change. Alfa Romeo's is definitely changing, as F1 Boy has retired. That's not the shot I wanted. Steeros gets enabled. We might even have a safety car again, you never know, but it's a weird place to have a crash, although saying that, that's not a weird place to have a crash either, so we might be still going green flag running. Let's have a look on board with delayed late as he comes through. Oh, well, there's his car there, so the right front missing of it, so nope, looks like we're going to go green flag running again, so we're going to have 2 safety cars. Reedy's back in again for another front wing change. Again, there's not going to be enough front wings left after this weekend of Monaco. We've still got the RS leagues on Sunday as well to go around here. It should be interesting to say the least. RS4, which obviously I do, is still up for grabs. Only just, I think, although saying that Stewart's inquiries can still play a factor, of course. Lap 31 of 39, 3-second margin. That gap between delayed late and hold up man Dan. Carlos in third. And Otonki still holding on fourth. I don't think the Mercedes livery is changing a little bit. They still get the black livery, of course, but not too much. Just a different livery. Obviously, Renault's being rebranded as Alpine, as I think Albino Josh must have made an error, and he's missing an end plate, so that has just allowed Otonki to just pull away a little bit. So probably the last time you get to see this, as Albino Josh, his teammate, sets the fast lap of the race at 12.966. The last time we get to call this the banana car. I know certain banana cake pie is not going to be probably too thrilled that it's going to be the end. Obviously, this team being rebranded as Alpine. Williams, I think, yeah, well, definitely their livery is being changed quite a bit to what it was last year. Ferrari, well, obviously their livery is changed a little bit as well. Obviously, I don't think we'll get the green special mission we know logo like we usually do because of the, well, no tobacco or alcohol sponsorship much on the cars these days. McLaren, their livery won't really change too much. Racing Point, well, their livery is definitely being changed to a green Aston Martin, as that was Prost Professor getting a little bit too sideways there. What else? Haas, definitely Haas is another one that's getting a bit of a livery change. Although the only reason they would probably drive for Haas next season in league racing is probably because of Mick Schumacher, although saying that, there might be still some fans out there for Nikita Mazepin. Although he's probably not got too many fans out there, to say the least. But AlphaTauri, their livery is changing as well. Quite a bit, actually, compared to what it was last season. Yellow's in Sector 2. Oh, Reedy's gone. Is this a safety car? Oh, dear. That's a big crash, actually. Yep, he's hitting the inside wall there. His left rear's gone. God, look at that. Oh, well, it's disappeared now, obviously, but yeah, again, no safety car. God, this game is weird sometimes. What on earth is going on? Must have just touched the inside wall a little bit too much there to poor old Reedy. As again, there's another switch around at the Alfa Romeo. Well, again, why this is the case is because there's only like a 5-lap difference in compound, well, how old these set of tyres are, but this is a bit of a weird one here, as Trent has got past Anthro for 5th now. So he's up 10 spots, so don't be surprised maybe if Trent gets the driver of the day stuff, because pretty handy. Wouldn't have been surprised if he got driver of the day last week, from coming from 16th to 1st. certainly some incredible stuff, as I think Anthro will probably be battling to the end of this race with the front wing damage on the right-hand side there, I think. Looks like it was missing an end plate there, but he's got a good margin, 6 seconds back to semi-pro and 7th. Black Moon somewhat closing him down a little bit. Sort of toing and froing a little bit. Late still leading the way as we start lap 34. I think I've covered most of the cars. Could be wrong. What other cars am I missing? Covered Alfa Romeo, Williams, Racing Point, Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, AlphaTauri, Haas, Renault, Ferrari. I think we covered nearly every racer's car here. So looking good on track at the moment, I think, for Alfa Romeo to claim the Constructors' Championship this race. As they'll score, what do we got? Where's the photo? Where's my, I did say the photo of this. So 20 and, although saying that, I won't get too excited yet because El Tonki may be fighting still for this podium. Just seems a little bit weird. He's starting to put the foot down a little bit, is El Tonki, so don't rule him out for a podium unless the timings may have glitched out again for some people. I think it actually has, so that might be one of the reasons why it's showing why it's stuck at 1.9 seconds. Which up the front, it's just getting bigger up the front between Delayed Late and Garlaz. Just a little bit of cloud overhead as well. So 20 and 16 points to 36 compared to just 11. That probably would be enough for constructors for Alfa Romeo. Although saying that, 2nd and 4th, it would be not too bad either. So that's 20 and 13 points, so 33 to 11. So that probably won't not be too bad overall. Although, yeah, Trent may get penalties removed. We'll wait and see. This is actually starting to close down a bit. A lot more than I expected. So let's go. That might be why. Hold up, man. Dan's, I think, got front wing damage on the left-hand side. Yes, he has. So that might explain the pace. A virtual safety car has been deployed. Yet again. I don't know what this is for, though. Oh, please don't tell me this is a glitch. I've known this. If it's like a couple of safety cars or something, this sort of stuff happens where a virtual safety car gets deployed for no apparent reason. So I'm hoping that's not a glitch unless there was actually a reason for it, unless this was probably the reason. Josh Salmon's back in the lane again for another front wing change and set of softs. He's already 2 laps down. He's nearly going to go 3 laps down at this point. He's still pushing on. He'll still score some points for 12th. You do not want to get a drive-through penalty at this late stage of the race. That would kill you. You just got to watch that delta time. Funny story, Separate Charge. I was actually in Tier 1 earlier this season. Obviously, I competed in I was in Tier 1 Pacific earlier this season and RS2. But obviously, the first 5 races of the season didn't pan out like I thought it would. So, in the end, obviously, it didn't feel right as semi-pro coming into the lane. So, he'll get a 5-second penalty removed as well and front wing change. But, yeah, I started out in both those tiers, obviously, for Tier 1 Pacific and RS2 for the first 5 races. Then, the luck I was just having none of it. And, well, just my love of the game just deteriorated a little bit more to the point where I didn't enjoy the racing part of it side of things. So I pretty much came into the commentating side of things for these next few races. Obviously, it took a little bit of time to get used to the streaming because obviously, let's face it, I live in a country here and my internet's not the best compared to some of you people that are watching probably in the city. So semi-pro just comes out ahead of both the racing points. Like I've said many a times, if I had a better house with better internet, then probably the streams would be maybe top notch. But I don't, unfortunately. So you're going to have to bide your time here, unless that ever happens. Unless I win $1 million or something in the lottery. But I'm not hopeful at this stage. But I'm hoping to come back again in F1 2021. Depends on whether it's a good game or not. So we'll have to wait and see. I was in Tier 2 Tier 2 Pacific in season 3 as well. Obviously, I was hoping to push for the championship, but that didn't pan out like I thought it would either. And I did eventually join RS2. Oh, sorry, back then it was known as the Elite Series back then, so I was in Tier 2 of the Elite Series, which is now known as RS2, so which wasn't too bad. I was having a lot more better results then I was in Pacific, I'll say that, but let's hope we have a bit more better luck in the next game. Hopefully the game is a lot better to me, or for me, than what this game is anyway. Can't wait till the day where we can pretty much uninstall this game and never have to talk about it ever again, really. So, it's still on here for the podium. At this rate, El Tonki would get on the podium, barring any mishaps. So, just got to play it nice and cautiously here. You can see, actually, he's got the DRS here, so Dan's actually going to fight here for position or what. Well, he'll probably have to because he got the front wing damage. Although, oh, don't throw it all the way now. El Tonki is Prost Professor 3-second time penalty. You pretty much need to stay within 3 seconds and you got a podium. That's pretty much it. Black Moon and Anthro are close to each other here. It's a little bit wide there in Anthro. As I was saying, that Black Moon was pretty much in the same boat. So Trenton will be enjoying himself at the moment, comfortably in position 5 still. Still good margin, 6 seconds, so unless something drastic happens, and he's got this one in the bag as the Red Bull driver. Semi-Pro, 12.960, fastest lap of the race. It's obviously on fresh, soft, competitive tyres, of course. Back to this battle here for third. Just want to take it nice and cautiously. They don't need to really do anything silly here, these two, because they've got a good margin behind it. Trent in position 5 is another 5.5 seconds behind, although saying that the margin's starting to close up, so... Oh, as Dan just touches the wall coming through Larascas, and there you go. There's the podium for El Tonki. Oh, as he gets a little bit sideways, there's hold up man Dan, so might be a little bit tight on fuel as well, so have to be very cautious that he makes it to the end of the race here. There's a lot of gearbox glitches on my screen, lovely stuff. I'd love to see them get rid of it, but I'm not holding my breath here. Oh, Black Moon round the outside of Anthro at turn 1. That's very hard to do, but he gets the move done for 6th spot. Whether he can hang on to this, I don't know. We'll have to find out. And now Trent's back in this fight as well. Obviously, Dan is struggling with the front wing damage, so he'll manage to get to the end, I think. And whether Trent will get a penalty removed, we'll get him up another spot. We'll wait and see. Nice gearbox glitch as always. And here we go. Round Larascas for the final time as there's a ghost of Josh Salmon who just pulls out of the way to go 3 laps down. He's pretty much done it from pole. Had to survive with the 2 safety cars, but he wins his first race in Tier 4. Does he late. Wins the Monaco Grand Prix in dominant style. 7.3 seconds in the end over Garlaz, who comes across in 2nd place after a good recovery drive to get home. But El Tonki actually gets on the 2nd spot, so equals his best result. What a good job there. Forgot all about the margin there. Well done, El Tonki. That equals his best result of 2nd at Australia. Galaz in 3rd, Hold Up Man Dan in 4th. I think that'll be good enough for Alfa Romeo to claim the Constructors' Championship for Season 4. So well done to those guys. Trent finishes in position 5. No doubt he'll probably get the driver of the day, I think. Blackburn in 6th, Anthro comes home in 7th, and Albino Josh in 8th. They're semi-pro in 9th, obviously 5 seconds unserved. Here comes the 2 racing points. We know Josh Salmon's already finished a couple of laps down. And here come the 2 racing points. One's got 28 lap hole mediums, one's got 13 lap hole mediums, but they'll finish probably 10th and 11th anyway. Doesn't really matter what finishing position it does anyway, but there you go. That was the Monaco Grand Prix. And, yep, no surprise. Ted Sandals gets the driver of the day. Well done to him. I'm not even sure where that's at the moment with the driver of the day standings. I'd probably have to think about this for next week. Sitting only the 1 race to go. Actually, let me have a quick look. Who's got the most? James Cruz has got 2. 3 for Dan the Racer. Is it Dan the Racer, actually? No, sorry, El Tonki. My apologies. 3 for El Tonki, 2 for Seeing Goat. How did El Tonki get driver of the day in Japan? I'm just curious to that one, but anyway, we'll have a look at the final race results. I'll try and make some notes about this next week anyway. But D Late gets his first ever victory, I think, or his first win of the season anyway. So big congrats to him. 9.3 seconds the margin in the end to El Tonki, who gets into second spot and equals his best result of the season. So well done to him. Garlos finishes in third. Good recovery drive from him. Hold up man down in fourth, so it's probably good enough, like I said, for Alpha Romeo to take Constructors Championship. Trent obviously gets the driver of the day in fifth. Black Moon 6th, Anthro 7th. Albino Josh 8th. Semi-Pro in 9th will get the bonus point for the fastest lap of the race. Dan the Racer in 10th. Prost Professor 11th. And Josh Sanford 2 laps down. And then DNFs for Reedy, F1 Boy, Drow, and James Cruz. Because I don't think I'll get enough time to get the race directors unless... Try and get it very slowly, but no, that's pretty much your Monaco Grand Prix. So I think that's probably where we'll end this stream as well, guys and girls. So if you enjoyed the live stream, smash the like button and subscribe to the Race Spec Esports channel if you haven't, YouTube channel if you haven't already. Also go follow their Twitch channel as well, because it does get used from time and time again. Follow Race Spec Esports on their social media channels. Their links are down in the description on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So go check them out. What else is there? If you want to come join the league, even though there's only one race to go of the season, there's a link to the Discord below. Or like I said, if you want to get yourselves ready for F1 2021, there's a link down in the description below. But what else is there? If you want to follow me on my social media links, they're down in the description as well. But yeah, that was Tier 4 done and dusted. Like I said earlier, not sure if there's going to be any Euro streams, so just keep an eye out on the Race Spec Esports channel, and possibly there'll be an America stream as well, because I think Smeg is well known to do the America side of things. But go check out the other Pacific tier streams as well if you haven't checked them out already. Go check out earlier Tier 3 and I think Tier 2 and 1 could still be Tier 1 might be still going depending on what is going on there. But forget the Race Spec RS leagues. Also heading to Monaco on Sunday night, so be sure to tune in for that. I'll be back for RS4 at 7 p.m. So be sure to tune in for that one, and we'll be back next week to finish off Season 4 on the Pacific Series side of things at the home of the finale. Let's be honest. Who else? It's not Abu Dhabi, thank God, but it's going to be Brazil to finish it off in the season. So thank you all for tuning in. Really appreciate all the support, and thanks to Go Workplace Training as well for all the sponsorship. But until Sunday night, or for some of you, it might be next week at Brazil, it is goodbye.